debate, and will you authorize will you do the testing before the debate, and will you yes, the COVID testing, and will you authorize your doctors to tell us when
Sure, I would have no problem with it. I'm not only am I free, positive, or whatever, what would you call it? I'm totally free, right? Not only am I free, I'm immune, they say. They say if you've had it, you're immune. Now the question is, are you immune for 4 months or for the rest of your life? That's the only thing we don't know.
Will you authorize your doctors to tell you when you tested negative last before the last
Is that very important to you? You seem to be so intent. But if it's so important to you, why is it so important to you?
Because we want to know how long you may have been.
Why?
We want to know if you followed the rules.
I know, but why is it so important to you?
Authorize your
Look at
doctors
the dedication. Yeah, my doctors have already given it. You know, my doctors have given more information than has been given on any human being in the history of the world. Go ahead.
Campaign strategy seems to be to call Biden a criminal. Why is that?
He is a criminal. He's a criminal. He got caught, read his laptop, and you know who's a criminal? You're a criminal for not reporting it. You are a criminal for not reporting it. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden is a criminal, and he's been a criminal for a long time, and you're a criminal in the media for not reporting it. Good luck, everybody. Have a good time. Have a good time.
If Trump's whole plan is to appeal to those moderate suburban voters who are still on the fence, I'm not exactly sure lashing out at a reporter and frantically calling him a criminal is how you go about doing that. Now, without wasting any time, I just want to quickly explain the story that Trump is referencing here, while calling a reporter a criminal for not following up on it. The supposed bombshell Hunter Biden story that was published by the New York Post alleged that he dropped off a laptop in Delaware, even though he lives in California, that was brimming with incriminating emails, and he handed it off to a Trump-supporting shop owner, although we have no proof because the security camera footage was mysteriously missing. But the store owner is 100% sure that this was Hunter Biden, but he's also legally blind. And it was all written up by a New York Post reporter who's brand new to the Post because she just came from her other job where she was Sean Hannity's producer. And her source for all of this information was Rudy Giuliani, who was recently the target of a Russian disinformation campaign, which I'm sure has nothing at all to do with any of this. So as you can see, this story totally, definitely holds up. In reality, this entire thing is a blatant hit job, and a lazy one at that. If they're gonna try and cook up a scandal to sink the Democratic nominee, at least be a little more creative than an email scandal. And yet that is all this campaign has. It's all they had in 2016 against Hillary, and they're proving now that they never bothered to update any of their strategies for 2020. Just another lazy email scandal that they'll crow about over and over and pretend like this is the greatest national security threat this country's ever seen. Although I can think of maybe one or two bigger national security threats that we've had already, like the fact that Trump owes more than $400 million to someone, and yet we have no idea who it is. Or the fact that Russia is actively interfering in our election, and we have a president too cowardly to say anything about it. But hey, I'm sure some fake emails are dangerous too, right? And speaking of another national security threat, Trump also used his time on the tarmac to attack a reporter for asking him the simple question about being forthright with the American people on his latest test for coronavirus. And the reason he throws a fit is because, by virtue of contracting the very virus he's failed to contain, he has become a walking monument to his own failure. Of course he doesn't want to talk about the virus because we're 8 months in and the guy still has no plan to contain it. He has no nationwide testing or contact tracing system. He still can't even bring himself to wear a mask, even when he himself was an actively infectious COVID-19 patient. He is so hell-bent on willing into existence this alternate reality that the virus doesn't exist, even while he himself was hospitalized, that he would rather lash out at a reporter for acknowledging it than simply take steps to fix it. What we're witnessing right now is a president dissembling because he's desperate. He knows he can't run on his record. He can't run on 220,000 deaths, or 8% unemployment, or 11 million Americans out of work. So instead, he has to run on lies. So he'll attack random family members of his opponent, he'll blame the media, he'll blame everyone else but himself. And that is what you get with Donald Trump as president. A man who refuses to accept responsibility for what has been the single most disastrous administration in American history. The results speak for themselves, and they speak much louder than this president's temper tantrum. If you like this video, please check out my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, where I take a deep dive into the week's most important stories and interview major players in politics, including Kamala Harris, Katie Porter, Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, Eric Swalwell, Mary Trump, Al Franken, Cory Booker, and many, many more. Again, that's No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, available anywhere you listen to podcasts.